Check it.
Yeah. Welcome. What's up? Yeah. Welcome to another bold and apologetic episode of the Jose Show podcast, where we break down relationships, control, masculinity, and what the media won't dare to tell you. I'm your host, Jose Gomez, and today, we got a real one for you. You know what I'm saying? Homeboys out there getting slapped. You know, we're diving deep into that slap that was heard around the world. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You're talking about the president right now, Macron. I'm talking about French President Macron getting checked hard by his wife, Brigitte, right there on the tarmac, right in front of the plane. Like, she just came and slapped him. And then, they try to play it off like, hey, this was nothing. Like, oh, no. So what happened? Macron and his wife landed in Vietnam, diplomatic mission, all eyes on them. They walked out in front of the plane and the stairs, and then boom, Brigitte slapped him. She slapped him so hard that he just like lost it. He looked dead at everybody and was like, whoa, what the heck just happened? Brigitte pushes his face. As you can see right here in this video, Brigitte pushes his face over, and the guy gets caught on camera. And you know what happens next? He's just trying to play it off, man. He stumbles and touches his face like he did. Like, did that really happen? Like really? He just look at his face. He's like, wow, did this just really happen in front of the cameras and everybody's looking, and I'm being embarrassed in front of the world? How am I gonna explain this to everybody? And then his wife is, very disrespectful. I think this is super disrespectful. First of all, let me just go ahead and say that. You don't do that. I don't care what the situation is happening. That door was open. He was standing in front of everybody. Like, control your emotions, woman. Brigitte, control your emotions. And for every woman out there, you should definitely pay attention, because this is going to be the turning point for a lot of men in the world right now, is to see this going on and then him turning around trying to play it off like nothing happened, trying to brush it under the rug, trying to save face. But in reality, you let this go to this point, my friend. You allowed this. And straight up rejects it. No smile, no laugh. This wasn't just a TikTok prank, y'all. This was a man being disrespected in front of 30 million people that were probably being, recording this thing right now. He just came down on a plane, 30,000 feet in the air, and he's being disrespected. President being disrespected. It's a global embarrassment. Let's be real. I'm not even going to cover it up. I mean, this is crazy. So you want the receipts, right? A professional lip reader broke it down. And while they were coming off the plane, she's like, Bridget's like, yo, stay away from me, you loser. She called the president a loser. That's crazy. And then he's like, let's try, please. Let's try and fix this. Let's not do this. She's like, no, I don't want nothing to do with you. And then he's like, all right, I see how it's going to be. Let me just calm down. I don't want to make the situation worse. And what's even worse is that, what we were even watching here is like, what the heck is going on? Like, is this even possible? With all the stuff going on around the world, we're now seeing this humiliation of this president for men to see what's going on. I mean, like, this is really crazy. We're really stuck in the matrix right now. You really got to truly understand what's going on. And we could clearly see there's a power struggle here. Like, she's definitely a person high up in the totem pole. But what we're seeing here is a power struggle. Two people, powerful, and they don't respect. She doesn't respect him, and he's afraid of her. Like, you could clearly tell that he's afraid. You know, the body language speaks for itself. Who's really in control here? No laughter, no teasing, no playful follow-up. You know, like, you could tell that after they were coming off the plane, there was no playful, there was no play nothing. This wasn't a joke, guys. For him to come out afterwards into the press and say, "Oh, we were joking. This was part of a situation that we went through." No. I'm used to this is what basically it is. I'm used to this. And he's not shocked. He was just trying to manage the optics. Meanwhile, Brigitte walks off like the CEO just fired her assistant. Like, that's real. Like she looks like she's the boss, and she's like, "Yo, you're done. You're done." And he's like, "Man, come on, please give me another chance. I can get this right. You know, I can be your puppet." So who's really running this right now? You know, is Brigitte or is it Macron? You know, you guys tell me what your thoughts are on this information that's coming up. You know, this wasn't just a one-off. It was a glimpse into how the relationship really works. And trust me, when a woman feels that comfortable to disrespect you in public, it's because it's been happening behind closed doors for a while. So you can be realistic and know that, you know what? She did this at this level. What are the things that she's done that we haven't seen? What's the disrespect that he's put up with for all these years just to put up a front, just to try and manage the situation? So it's really interesting to see this come out to light now, and for him to try and cover it up. You can even see the stewardess trying to like come into the picture to try and block everybody, and then he trying to come out and act like nothing happened. This whole thing definitely represents something deeper. Let me tell you, a masculine man, the president of France, couldn't stop his wife from undermining his authority on the global stage. Like, that's facts. You know, she couldn't respect him. She couldn't sit here and wait for them to go behind closed doors, to go somewhere and duke it out. She had to publicly humiliate him, take his masculine energy away, and have him try and save face to keep his reputation going as the president. I mean, this is the president right now of a country, and he's looking weak. He's looking destroyed. So, you know, right now is pretty interesting what's going on around the world, and, you know, how are they demasculating men? They're taking their men energy away. You know? You think this was about Macron? Nah. This is about every dude out there who's slowly stripped of his authority in his own house. That's facts. This is for everybody to open up their eyes. Every man out there needs to open up his eyes and take a look at what's going on. You know, if a woman doesn't respect you, if she's not showing you love, if she doesn't worship you because you're a provider, because you're giving her a good life, because you're taking the blunt, you're of the force, you're going out there and working, providing, keeping her safe, and she turns around and disrespects you, doesn't think highly of you, doesn't want to think of every way to please you, then this is what you're going to get. Let's be real. There's no question about it. This is exactly what you men out there who are in this position where the woman is either, feels that she has some type of authority, is trying to tell you what to do most of the time, and is basically wears the pants in the relationship. If you're feeling that type of relationship right now, then that's what you got to look forward to, my friend. This woman, the moment that you stop providing, stop giving, stop doing, she's gone. She's leaving, because the only reason she's there is to get what she needs from you, because You made it easy for her. And she has no respect. So if you're providing and you're giving and you're doing and you're, showering her with gifts and you're praising her, and she's not doing that 10 times back, you lost. You lost. Like, where's the gain in that? Think about it. Now, this is another situation that I like to talk about. What if the situation was flipped and he mushed her in the face? I think that right now this man would be in jail. Wouldn't you think? He would be in jail right now. But the tables were turned and Macron mushed Brigitte. He would be in prison right now, even though he's the president. I think that she should go to jail because she assaulted the president of France, regardless whether that's his wife or not. I know a lot of people on the internet are saying, well, that's their relationship, but they're publicly displaying disrespect for the president of a country. Why is that okay? Why is it okay for his wife to have an emotional moment in front of everybody and completely show the disrespect? News headlines, feminine outrage, global protest, if that would have been him doing that to her. It would be a global pandemic. You would have every woman, LGBTQ, every single letter of the alphabet out there protesting because a man did this to a woman. But when it's a woman doing it to a man, it's funny, it's playful, it's just how couples act. That's pretty much what the media's been saying. It's just a couples thing. Had he done it to her, oh, he's violent. Oh, he's definitely beating her every day behind closed doors. He's definitely, poor woman, the things she has to go through with that monster. That's what they would say. But the truth is, what are we really seeing here? Let's not keep sugarcoating these things. It's 2025, y'all. We're going on to 2026. Let's be real. Women for 20 years have been playing themselves, thinking that, oh, I'm the catch. I'm the best thing that he's ever had. He's never going to find anything better. Why do you think men are leaving the country to find feminine women? To find women who are not empowered or who are not driven by wanting to be career women, by wanting to have the same jobs as men, by wanting to do the same things men do. But I don't see any women going down into the sewer pipes and cleaning them out. I don't see the population of women plumbers. There's no female plumbers out there. Men do the plumbing, both plumbing. So realistically, this is probably a sign, a wake-up call for all men out there that have it in them, that want to, keep the world moving forward by creating a nucleus of family, a family nucleus. That's what works. A man who is the leader, a woman who keeps everything together, who supports the man in his decisions and gives him the advice, is his backbone. That's the role of the woman, and the role of the man is to face the blunt. And we're okay with it. We're okay to go out there and go to war. We're okay to clean pipes, clean sewers, clean this. When disaster calls, we go. We want the women to stay feminine, stay home, relax, work by choice. Not because you have to be 50-50 with your man and split things. because you feel like you have to. No. And this is an example of what we're getting. This is what we're getting. This woman right here, this poor woman, they shoved her in place. They said, yo, get in the picture so that people don't actually see what's going on. And she was just like, oh, wait a minute. Ooh. So, FBI, open up! Someone come get Brigitte. She don't slapped her man. She's going crazy.
Emotional damage.
All day, draining the man's pockets. I feel bad for that man. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for that man. Ain't nobody, look, everybody's on their phones like, oh man, I can't believe what I just saw. I cannot believe what I just saw. It's the death of the president of France. The death of the president of France, y'all. So, and this lady basically tried to be in the middle, Everyone talking about Macron getting bitch slapped by his husband. But look at the flight attendant, bloody shoulder. Oh, wow. Is that really a bloody shoulder? No way. Oh, wow. What is going on here? No, that's not a bloody shoulder. Is it? No, that's not a bloody shoulder. Come on, guys. Get it together. That's like a patch or something. I'm telling you, these trollers are crazy, yo. They over here be putting stuff. Yeah, look at the AI. All the AI models are just going crazy. And then, everybody's doing the skits, Everybody's doing the skits. Because you know what? Let's be real. When something like this happens, body language is everything. Like you could tell the body language from when they come out of the plane, to the situation down the, like it wasn't a joke. It was serious. Like the man came down the steps, tried to hold her. She was like, "No, don't touch me. Nope, get out of here. You piece of this, that, the other." It's insane what we're seeing. And of course the media, we're all ganging up on this situation. I had to jump on and do something because honestly, my channel talks a lot about relationships and the dynamic of the family nucleus, how important it is. And basically what the Jose Show, we focus on a lot of things. We do music, we do podcasts, we talk about different topics, we travel, but it's all basically to open up your mind for young men and women out there in the world to realize that it's not all about, going out there and proving this, that, the other to anyone. It's about providing something for society. Men, young men, you shouldn't be out here wasting your time trying to, win women over with no resources. You have nothing to offer. But, you look good. You might be giving her a good time in bed. But after that, there's nothing else you could look for. So young men need to level themselves up so that they can put themselves in a position where women will respect them, or he's going to have an abundance of women that he can choose from. And in that abundance, he's going to find the woman that he truly deserves. So when you start settling and you start thinking that no other woman is going to want you because you don't make money or because you're not famous or because whatever reason you may think of in your head, then you need to work on that part first so that you can accomplish that freedom that you truly want. Because if you don't feel free in your relationship, and I mean free to talk, free to express, and free to do, then you're not in a relationship. You're in slavery. You're in jail. That's not a relationship. If you want a man, women, if you want a man to provide for you, to give, and to have abundance, then you need to learn how to respect a man, love him unconditionally, and do more for him than you do for yourself. Point blank and simple. So, the memes are crazy right now with this situation. And it's a good thing. I think this is a reality check. Like I said before, this is a reality check for everybody. If your girl disrespects you in front of your friends, family, or worse, in public, you don't let that slide. You can't. That ain't love. That's submission. And for all of you living in submission, you need to work on that part of yourself so that you can be free. Because that's not happiness. Guys, that's not happiness. Watching this stuff, it makes me very, very upset because these are high, powerful men. The president. You're supposed to set an example. And then, you see stuff like this. A lot of men out there are like, wow, what's going to happen to me? All I'm saying, guys, read the signs. If a woman is treating you with any type of disrespect, if you don't like what's going on, then you basically need to wake up and smell the coffee, because that woman doesn't love you, doesn't respect you, does not want to be around you, and realistically, how far is it going to get? Because you're living in a world of submission. You know what I'm saying? So if this content is bringing you any value, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. Also, let me know what your thoughts are on this video. What do you think of the president getting mushed by his wife on the tarmac? 30,000 feet in the air arguing. Macron and Brigitte, two powerful, high-profile figures. What could really be happening behind closed doors in that relationship? Who is running the relationship? Is Brigitte running the relationship, or is Macron running the relationship? What's really happening behind closed doors in that situation? I would love to hear all your comments so that I can make a second video to this and do a follow-up on all of your comments. Also, I'm going to be highlighting any comments on my channel on my next video. All right, guys, stay safe and keep it going. The Jose Show, baby.